All right, so I wanted to talk about the trade I took on BJ yesterday, but I have to pull it up real quick. So I don't know why. I mean, maybe I do know why. It's crack. Crack is the reason why I clearly saw. Okay, so higher lows are being maintained. You have a higher low right here. You have a higher low right here. And then you have your last higher low right here, right? That was established by this support that was created. And then the moment you have these two candles, that's just signifying that, the flow has broken in the opposite direction. So now the only thing you're going to be waiting for is breaks of support or like engulfings if the lower time frame is already with the flow of what you're looking for. So yesterday I took, let's see, this was after all the drama because I took sells, is this 15 minute? All right, I took sells after this, right? Because we kind of was like about to finish breaking that support, but then that didn't work out because news came, right? And I'm trying to see what time was that. No, I think my second one was 165.756, 165.756. It was here. But yeah, I was here because I was looking to the left and I saw the fact that, well, I had this drawn out, this little exhaustion zone to the left. I understood that the 4-hour was already bearish. It wasn't necessarily in a session or a time that was, I think it was like, what, like Asian session. So, and I realized that a lot of the times Asian session does have volatility, late Asian, more like 10 o'clock. So that was, yes, this was actually technically today, but it was yesterday, that trade. And even today when price opened at London, if you look to the left, you see that we started out on support. So you should have known, hey, just wait for a retracement either way after an engulfing or something. The price technically never broke the lower time frame flow because we have these lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, but you need bullish to actually break. This was bullish, bearish. So technically that was only ever tested. So the lower time frame is still technically bearish. Let's see, weekly we know is bullish, daily for now is bullish. That's going to change. 4-hour is bearish, and then current lower time frame is bearish. What we're looking for today, waiting for I don't know, I guess an engulfing candle, bearish, but we might have had our turn already. Now for gold, oh, I'm in a gold trade right now. It's going pretty well. And it's funny because the same thing I drew, this entire situation, it happened, right? So I'm gonna just put this to the side, right? This is all a part of that. All I was waiting for, because we had this massive, no, I think this happened before we had, I think I drew this before we had that. So we had news at 9. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just gonna like wait until after news to take trades on stuff like gold and GJ. Like yesterday, GJ had red folder news too, right here. But yeah, so news happened. There was a whole lot of volatility. You could have taken sells here, but if you look to the left, I'm sure you would have been at some form of support or something that you didn't want to necessarily be on. You see price rejected from this area before. But if you had patience, you could wait until you had a pullback and then waited again for another break. So that happened here. Okay, hold on. So we had higher lows being, no. This doesn't count because it was after 12 and then candles. You kind of got to go with the 30-minute stuff. But yeah, 15-minute. You see, we had this last support we had before we had this break, right? And then from there, it has been falling ever since. So I'm assuming maybe the same thing could happen, right? We possibly come at 8 o'clock and then it gives you this big old spike up. And then later in the day, you'll actually get your break of support that'll tell you, okay, now you can go ahead and take sells in whatever resistance that's closest to you. But yeah, I would say we'll be waiting for the same thing as yesterday, is a break of support. If price actually, the lower time frame on price actually starts to go back bullish again. Other than that, I think just an engulfing and taking profit. If you see support to the left, just make sure you take profit so you can capture your profits. But aside from that, that's all I have. Bearish bias on gold and GJ. Let's see, is there any chance of BJ turning around? There's always a chance. Weekly is still bullish. Daily is, if the daily closes like bearish, then the daily is going to be, the current flow of daily is going to be bearish and not bullish anymore, at least for a second. We'll see how long that lasts. Is this some type of support we are on? For hours still bearish, so that's like number one priority. That's the only thing that really matters right now. So see how that goes.